So the other day I met with a young man who is here in the audience today. And I wanted to bring him up to say something to you because I want to talk and end this with looking out at the larger picture again about what we are doing, how we are a country that has become addicted to war. It doesn't really matter who is in the White House. It doesn't really matter who controls the House and the Senate when it comes to this issue of America's addiction to war. And this young man is a veteran who has been put in harm's way several times in his young life by the U.S. government. And he's doing one of the bravest things I think he could be doing now, which is speaking out against the U.S. policies, against the wars that we have been involved in for the last 10 years. So please give a warm welcome to this very courageous young man, Micah Turner.
Thank you, Medea. I'm very lucky to be here today, not just because I get to speak, but because I have something to say. Right now, a young boy is laying in a hospital bed, just trying to fall asleep without slipping back into the hell that was his reality. Right now, a soldier is trying to drink away the memories that will never fade. Right now, our brothers and sisters are fighting for their lives. Some of them will lose their lives at their own hands because they can't stand the pain that will never leave their souls. I am 24 years old, and I'm a veteran of 4 combat tours in 3 campaigns. 1 in Iraq, 3 in Afghanistan. Yet I'm the lucky one. I have a lot of friends who have had a lot more tours than me, and they have nightmares that will haunt them for the rest of their natural-born lives. I was in Afghanistan when Bin Laden was killed. We took pause asking each other, should we pack up? The war's over, right? But the word never came, and a lot of good men died that year. I feel like we were betrayed by our government. Even if we were justified in the beginning, there's no reason for this war to continue now. There's no reason for our brothers and sisters to die in the sand. There's no reason that their children should lay awake at night, fearing the world that they live in. There is no reason for this war. There is no justification for the killing or the suffering that this war causes each day. The Army values include such attributes as integrity, personal courage, and duty. A commander-in-chief of integrity has good cause when he risks the lives of his soldiers and tells them that cause. Everyone who we blamed for 9/11 is dead or in jail. There is no justification for this war. Therefore, as a person of personal courage, it is my duty to stand against this war. It is my duty to dissent and raise the word as high as I can for those who have no voice. We the people want peace. That is the change we expected. That is the change that matters most. Without this war, we could focus on our future. With even 1/10 of the military budget spent on schools, we could pay teachers a fair wage. We could reduce the number of students in each class and evaluate each student based on aptitude instead of curriculum. We could have a computer for every child and an informational resource that made the learning experience as boundless as human knowledge contains. We could ensure that every child had the resources to match their unbridled potential. Peace can give us a future worth fighting for. With even 1/10 of the military budget spent on environmental issues, we could create thousands of jobs building and installing sustainable energy for every resident in America. We could cut our dependency on fossil fuels. We could stop even more desperate and dangerous attempts to profit on the earth, like fracking. We could stop the radioactive pipeline being built between Pennsylvania and New York City. We could stop the pollution of our air. We could stop the destruction of our soil by nuclear power plants. We could stop another oil spill from threatening the very earth that we live in. But we can't do any of this with the war still waging and our brothers still suffering. It is our duty to dissent. It is our duty to demand peace. I will be speaking again October 6th at Free Bradley Manning Plaza on 13th and E, Washington, D.C. My name is Micah Turner. Thank you for your time.
I say we stand and give him the kind of thanks that he deserves. It's one thing to go and join the military and do what your bosses tell you. It's another thing to come and speak your mind and speak out for peace. So when we talk about how can the 99% rise up for peace, it's people like Micah who can reach a lot of young people, who has joined up with the Occupy movement, who is making the links to all of these other issues. That's how we're going to rise up as the 99%.